Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Coach Dion Candia, student athlete advisor. Just bringing you another word, something that hopefully would inspire and educate you, student athletes out there, you parents, friends, community members of student athletes. Hopefully, um, these messages are inspiring, but more importantly, I hope they're informational. All the messages that I send out, guys, please, if they don't apply to you, but you know of someone that needs to hear this, please just make sure that they hear it. You guys know my passion is to help educate, to take my experiences that I've learned and to give them to people, to make sure that we're educated, because when you're educated, you can make better decisions. You can also obtain more options in life. So education is very important, not just book knowledge, but education. And that means the research and the data and looking at all that stuff and then making calculated decisions. A lot of times we don't make good decisions, not because we don't have the good intentions, but sometimes we don't have enough information. And that's why it's very, very important to educate ourselves on particular topics. All right. So what I want to talk about today is I'm actually working on a lecture slash seminar for parents and student athletes, and I'm putting together different points. And I came across this one point that I really want to talk about, that I'm going to really drill home, because to me, this is the meat of the whole college recruiting thing. This is the meat of the purpose of parents being involved, because a lot of times without this, our kids are led astray and we don't know what happened. But the point is this: parents, please understand that as a parent, it is your right and your responsibility to take care of your child's future. Understand, and I say this a lot, but I can't stress it enough, that it is no other person's responsibility, to make sure your child's future is secure. Now, I'm saying that from a former high school varsity coach. I'm saying this as a parent of two boys who we're bringing, well, one has a college degree and the other is about to finish up. So I'm speaking from a parent that's brought my kids through the whole process, and I'm also speaking as an educator who has been through the different stages of kids' lives and their maturity and their development from elementary to high school. I'm speaking from the perspective of the outsider. And what I mean by that is, a lot of times we look at others to take care of our responsibilities as parents. Now, understand, if your kid has the ability and they have the interest of going to college, it is your job as a parent to make sure you do your research and you do your homework and you understand what it's about. So many times our young ones make bad decisions, or they make no decision because there's been a lack of educating on what is out there after high school. And parents, that is your job. I know a lot of times we have kids that are involved in extracurricular things, sports, some kind of entertainment, singing, dancing, all that stuff. And you may have coaches for them, you may have special people that work with them, but ultimately it's your job to make sure that their future is secure. I've had tons of parents that were upset with me because things didn't pan out with their youngster. Now, if you know me and you knew, or you know how I am as a person, everything that I do, I try to make a personal connection. So when I dealt with my young athletes, my student athletes, I personally brought a lot of them to universities. I personally helped a lot of them do paperwork and things to try to go to college, I personally get involved, but I can't do everything. And to be honest, it's not in a coach's job description to help your kid get to the next level after high school. It's not. If you look at a job description of a coach, it's just to guide them and to help them with teamwork and supervision and sportsmanship at a high school level. That's what's in a coach's job description. Nowhere in that says that a high school coach or his assistants is supposed to secure your kid to the next level, a college or a higher institution of learning. That's not in their job description. But parents, it's your job. The coaches are there, and some of them do a phenomenal job with helping getting your kid attention or possibly getting them to the next level. But that is not their job. Parents, you got to step it up. And even if you don't have the information or the education about the next level, it's still your responsibility to go find that person or people or group that can help educate you on this whole college thing. That's your job. And a lot of times we are failing, and then when we fail as parents, we want to blame everyone else. And then we even teach that to our young student athletes, that it's that person's fault that you're not where you're supposed to be. And that's far from the truth. Let's get educated and even get people and organizations or companies that are trained to help you and your young one, get them involved. And this is kind of like a plug, but that's why I created Candia Consulting, is because I've been educated with the whole recruiting and college thing, and I want that information to trickle down to those parents and people who need the information. So I've developed a system, a way of connecting with people and helping them if they have questions or if they have concerns. What should they know? Because sometimes a coach is not going to explain everything to you. Sometimes there's people in your family that never been to college. Sometimes in the community that you live in, there may not be a lot of resources out there. So I want to provide that component for you. I want to help guide you. So if there's other people out there that help guide student athletes or just students to college, then connect with them. But the bottom line is, to develop options, you have to create ways where you connect with people who can help you in your situation. But it's your responsibility as a parent to make sure that your youngster is taken care of. Take on that role serious. Understand that you can educate yourself. You can go onto the internet. You can find people that can and will help you. But you have to do your job, parents. You have to put into the investment. A lot of times we want something out of it. We want something from our child's talents, from their abilities. We want to reap the benefits off of what God has given them, their talents. But we're not investing into them. And that's your job, is to investigate and to see what's out there for them so they can work at their full potential. Do not leave it in the hands of coaches and other people. You're going to be upset. You're going to be disappointed, because it's up to you. Your child's future depends on what you want to do. Sometimes there's a lot of things left on the table because parents didn't do their jobs and they weren't able to take it off the table. So their kids are disappointed. But get into the game, find people that are in the game that can help you to explore your options out there. It's your responsibility. Thanks for listening, guys. Coach Candia, I'm out.